Alright, so we got the latest episode of The Flash, A Flash of the Lightning, earlier this week. And even though we had a bunch of cool moments throughout the episode, including some crisis action, there was one insane, mind-blowing moment that I honestly can't believe we actually got to see. Barry Allen actually made Gideon.
I don't feel great about you going in there alone.
I'm not gonna be alone. I have this.
Hello, Barry Allen. Preparing for temporal observational protocol.
Is that Gideon?
It's a mobile Gideon unit I built from salvage parts of the plinth.
Okay, so he didn't actually make anything, he just cobbled together a mobile version from the pieces of Gideon left over after the monitor kind of broke her last week, but still. Considering how complicated her insides looked back in Season 1, I think it's amazing that Barry managed to do something like this off camera without input from Iris or the rest of the peanut gallery hanging around Star Labs. Speaking of Gideon though, everybody's favorite future computer also happened to drop some pretty interesting information about Barry's top speed towards the end of the episode. During the fight against the villain of the week, Ultraviolet, Gideon mentioned that Barry should probably make like a tree and leave since he isn't as fast as the ultraviolet light being tossed his way. Actually, he's apparently 80 times slower than ultraviolet light.
How did that happen?
Ultraviolet light travels at 186,000 miles per second, which is 80 times your top speed. I suggest a hasty retreat.
That's right, the same guy who was confirmed to literally be the fastest man alive just a few seasons ago got his ass handed to him again with a nice healthy reminder that he needs to get even faster. Way to go above and beyond here, guys. But seriously though, what does this latest statement put Barry's top speed at? Well, like I mentioned earlier, Gideon said that ultraviolet light travels at about 186,000 miles a second. Dividing that by 80 means that Barry can run about 2,325 miles a second. Scale that up, and we can see that, according to Gideon, Barry's capable of running at a whopping 8,370,000 miles an hour, or about 13,470,209 kilometers an hour, or about Mach 10,909. Wait, what? No, seriously, what the fuck is that?
What the hell is even that?
Now, for those of you who've maybe hung around my channel for a while, maybe checked out some of my other Flash videos, you know I normally don't have a problem with using whatever random numbers the show throws out there for Barry's speed, regardless of how ridiculous they are. I mean, yeah, the guy managed to dodge lightning, explosions, and even move fast enough that apparently everybody seemed frozen back in Season 1, but whatever. Apparently he couldn't run any faster than Mach 2 by the time Harry started testing him in Season 2, and that stuck around ever since.
Approaching Mach 1. Mach 2.
But the thing is, we have tons of evidence, both in fan calculations and even earlier episodes of the show, proving that this new number Gideon threw out there doesn't really fit in with anything else we've seen in the show so far. Don't believe me? Well, do you remember the first video I did about the Flash Time episode? The one where Barry was running around doing stuff after a nuke was set off? In that one, I estimated that he was moving just a hair under the speed of light throughout that episode. Definitely a lot faster than Mach 10,000, am I right? And things get even crazier when you start factoring in how he managed to race a closing breach in both that episode and in the Think Fast episode. Just the one in the Flash Time episode puts an unamped Barry at about 2,000 times the speed of light, with the later run against DeVoe's breach, where he took the time to supercharge himself, making him over 128,000 times faster than light. But now we're expected to believe that he's nowhere near light speed anymore? So yeah, just from the examples in my videos alone, we can see that this version of Barry is way faster than Gideon gives him credit for. Having said that though, I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, but comics, you've gotten stuff wrong before, and this is a direct line from the show, it has to be right. And that's true, but that's the thing, you don't have to just take my word for it this time. Remember literally one episode ago when Barry ran through a fucking black hole with that awesome track in the background? Keep in mind, light can't even escape the gravitational pull of a black hole. Spoiler alert, Barry did it super casually. Now to be fair, you could argue that the black hole Chester whipped up isn't a real black hole, since it doesn't really seem to affect all that much wherever it goes, implying that Barry doesn't have to be running faster than light to go in and out of it, even though Team Flash basically acts like it pretty much is a real black hole. But even then though, we still have examples from the earlier episodes that dump all over this Mach 10,000 idea. Remember that stupid plan Barry had at the end of Elseworlds?
If Supergirl and I travel around the globe in opposite directions at just over Mach 7, we should be able to create enough centrifugal force to slow the Earth's rotation.
And everything else.
Yes, we can all agree the Mach 7 line is ridiculous. Insert shameless plug for my merch here. But even at his supposed fastest speed, according to Gideon, it would still take Barry about 11 seconds to circle the Earth once. Yep, sure looks like 11 seconds to me. And all that's still ignoring the fact that we don't actually know whether or not Gideon was referring to Barry's top speed while at full health, or after he was all beat up from using Jay's machine. It may seem like a weak excuse, but hey, given what all we've seen him do throughout the show, it makes sense to me at least. Either way, I can sit here and rant and rave all day about how writers can't do math, but to be fair, it's not exactly like the numbers they've thrown out there were ever entirely consistent or accurate anyway.
We need, by my calculations, 3.86 terajoules of energy.
That's more energy than in the sun.
And honestly, even though there's no way Barry logically could have raced a breach, fought other speedsters, or done a lot of what he's done in the later seasons of the show at the speed level Gideon claims he could run at, I think I'd be fine with the writers capping Barry at about Mach 10K as long as they're consistent with it. Which we know they won't be. I mean, yeah, now he's running 80 times slower than light, but the next thing you know, he's not going to be running any faster than Mach 5 or some dumb shit like that. Who knows? Guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens as we keep moving through season 6. But anyways guys, that's my take on Barry's confirmed top speed in this latest season of The Flash. If you guys agreed with anything I said in this video, or if you have your own calculations you want to throw out there, then go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, then go ahead and click that like button, and if you're new, maybe consider clicking that subscribe button too. I've also got links to my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon in the description. You should probably check those out too. And if you want to see more of my content, then you can click the link to my last video. It's right there in the middle of your screen. Alright, and I will see you all next time.